Hey guys, okay, so let me switch over here. Okay, I have some notes on the side. So, um, today we are going to be talking about a couple things that I have been praying on what the Lord wants for me in this next season with Plexus. So, just to be very transparent, I am in a rebuilding season. So, what this means is I am focusing hard on rebuilding my team after a lot of people have left. And it's just not their season, and that is okay. But I am here, and you are here. So, we're going to do this rebuilding together. So, what that means for this group is there will be some changes. There will be some hard truths, some very blunt conversations, and a lot of honest self-reflection for all of us. So, before we start talking about the different changes that's going to be with our team, I want to talk about something that has been on my heart. Jill and I have actually been talking about this, and I want to share some thoughts on it with you. And again, this is going to take some honest self-reflection if you want to truly grow your business. Okay. Um, Slow fade. Okay. This is what gets most people in this business. People start to slowly fade away in the valley seasons. And so, what that means with valley seasons is when you're not seeing any growth, when people aren't reordering, or you're just stuck. You aren't growing with points, you aren't growing with rank, you aren't growing with customers. You are just stagnant. You are stuck. And so, that's a valley season. And every network marketer in the entire world will go through a valley season. But it's what you do in the valley season that really helps. Anyways. One thing that Jill said was leaders lead in the valley. And that was something that stuck out to me because she said flowers grow in the valley and not on mountaintops. And you better believe I checked it and it was true. Um, it's very easy to make excuses during the valley seasons. The valley is when people leave. So if you have faced a valley season and you are here in a valley season and you're still here, be proud of yourself. Okay. Me personally, I have faced so many valley seasons. Jill has faced many rebuilding seasons. We are in conversation right now about what that looks like for both of us. She's in a rebuilding season. Haley's in a rebuilding season. Allie's in a rebuilding season. I'm in a rebuilding season. Okay. And I'm sure some of y'all on my team are in a rebuilding season. So we're all going to work together on this. Um, the bottom line is how bad do you want Plexus to work out? How bad do you want this business to work out for you? Um, whether that be the extra income, the trips, the incentives, help people grow in their faith, in their health, in community. I have had many opportunities where honestly it probably would have been easier and it would have made sense to everybody else for me to just leave and focus on um, other things in my life. But well, and I say that because I wasn't growing. I would grow and then I'd go back down. I would grow, go back down. And you know what? I grew and now I'm back down, but I'm not leaving. So for me, and it's different for everyone, but I know I'm here for a reason. And if I left everything when I wasn't seeing growth, well, honestly, I wouldn't learn anything. So I am choosing to stay. I'm choosing to pray. And I'm choosing to work harder than ever because I know the Lord will show up in a rebuilding season. He's done it before, He will do it again. One last thing before I get talking about some changes on our team is this. I fell back on my rank. Haley fell back on her rank. She is barely holding 750 points. So just to put that into perspective, Haley is an emerald. Haley, that's a jewel in Plexus. That is when you rank Emerald, you're getting about $7,000 a month. Okay. But to be Emerald, you have to have 1,500 points. And right now she's barely holding 750. 750 is a senior ruby. So that's the rank below Emerald, just to put it into perspective. So, all of this rebuilding season or how your growth plummets and all of this stuff, it does not just happen to the low ranks. Um, it happens to all the Jules. It, it, Haley, Allie, Jill. Um, Jill said something that really changed my thoughts. We pray for tangible signs all the time in this business. I was praying yesterday for the Lord to open something up for me. So we're all guilty of praying it. And I'm not saying it's wrong to pray for signs, like by any means, I'm not saying that. But I will say the Lord has also given us the tools, the mindset focus, and everything we need to rebuild. She gave this like example, and it just really stuck out to me. It's like when we have all the cake ingredients laid out and we're praying. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. We have all the cake ingredients laid out and we're wanting a cake, but we still have to actually use the ingredients to bake the cake. The Lord's not just going to be like, bam, there's a cake. It's not how it works. Okay. The same with our business. So we have all the tools that we need. We have the people. We have everything we possibly need. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. Sometimes we just have to turn off the overthinking. That's me. We have to go back to the basics. That's me. Me and Haley are currently talking about what that looks like when we go back to the basics. We have to show up consistently. That is the key word, consistently. When you do that, you turn off your overthinking, you go back to the basics, you show up and you do all of those things consistently, watch the flowers bloom in the valley. Okay. Um, Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some changes that is going to happen within our team, like our team. Um, we are not going to be doing any more half-hour hustles for right now. Sorry, husband was calling. He can wait for just a second. Um, we're not going to be doing any half-hour hustles right now. Personally felt like it was just one more thing added to our plates, and I don't want growth to feel like that because then I feel like we're just checking a box and we're not really doing it well. So instead of live calls for our team, we're going to be doing weekly challenges to grow your business. I will be doing these challenges with you because I need to grow my business too. Accountability. Yes, we're going to have accountability in this group for these challenges, but I'm not going to be doing prizes for these challenges anymore. I felt a tug in my heart where I felt like I just needed to back away from prizes, at least for right now. Honestly, and I told you I was going to be blunt, but I felt like we were doing it for the prizes and not actually for the growth in our business. And y'all, I'm right there with you because when Jill does an incentive, I'm like, oh, I'm all in. I want that prize. I want that blah, 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 blah. But then I felt convicted. Um, why am I not having that same energy on a daily basis? Why am I only doing it when there's a prize up for grabs? And so that right there told me I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Um, and honestly, y'all, you're going to get what you put into this business. So if you are putting in only when I have time, then don't expect huge growth. Okay. The truth is, everybody is busy on our team. I told you I was going to be blunt. And this has been sitting in my heart for a while. But just know my heart, and I'm saying all of this with love, with conversations with Haley and Allie and Jill. I'm talking to them daily on how to grow. And this was something that all of us said. So I say it with love, but with just a lot of honest self-reflection. Okay. Everyone's busy. I'm solo parenting 90% of the time. Cody works away from home. He's home Thursdays, Fridays. Okay, well, I'm still working during those times. Um, what that looks like for me, just to put it into perspective, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I do two workouts in the morning and then I do my Bible study. Then I go to school and I teach full time. I'm also doing after school when we go back. And so for 2 days a week, I won't be getting home until about 5 o'clock. Um, and then I'm working on my Plexus business on top of all of that. Also being a present mom and not being on my phone with my kids. Okay, that's exhausting. Even in therapy, my therapist was like, That sounds like a lot. It does. It absolutely does. And I'm not saying my busy is more busy than yours. Like this is not a competition. But what it boils down to is this. Everybody is busy. Life is busy. But is Plexus a priority for you in this busy season? How bad do you want this to work out? If you're busy, make time. Okay. What that looked like for me, waking up at 4, doing a lot, doing my workout, my Bible study in the morning. That way I don't have to do that in the afternoon whenever I get home. Okay. It could be waking up at 4 o'clock for you or whatever time you set it to work some of your Plexus business. Like you just have to be intentional with your time. That's what it boils down to. Everybody's busy, just be intentional with your time. Listen to these challenge calls, Jill's growth calls. Y'all, I listen to Jill's growth calls Tuesday mornings while I'm getting ready for school. Okay. It's not hard to find time to do these things, but it does take some honest self-reflection, no excuses, and a desire to show up and to grow your business in order for it to grow. Um, but when you're doing excuses constantly or um, you're just not honest with yourself, then you're not going to be in a season to where you're growing. And we go through those seasons. I mean, if you know Allie, she just finished anesthesiologist school. I don't even know if I said that right, but so she was crazy busy. She was not making her rank. She was not making her income with that rank, but she was showing up. It was a little less than what she's going to show up right now, and that's okay. Um, just like Christmas was crazy busy. I did not show up like I wanted to, but now I'm coming back and we're gonna do the dang thing, okay? Okay, so what now? Prioritize calls. Monday night calls are at 9 p.m. Eastern Central Time every Monday. Y'all, that's a non-negotiable for this business. Jill has said many times, and Haley has honestly said this too. Again, blunt. If you can't make Monday night calls a priority, one day a week for 30 minutes, and even if you're not showing up live, watch the recording. But I will say showing up live is half of it. I will say that. Um, but if you can't make that priority for one time a week, maybe this season is not for you. And I don't mean that ugly. I mean that with love. But again, that goes back to your priorities and how bad do you want Plexus to work? If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you're going to get paid like a business. I want to treat it like a business. If you do not want to treat it like a business, that is okay. Okay, we need to have that talk because what I'm going to put into you is what you want out of it. So if you only want free products, then I know where you stand with that. But if you want $500 a month consistently, then I'm going to put that kind of energy into you. I hope that makes sense. So make that a non-negotiable. Show up for learning. Don't make excuses for not showing up. Y'all, excuses, don't make them. Okay. The minute you start to prioritize your business, the enemy is going to start making excuses for you. So get ahead of those and prioritize those calls. Okay. That's me. The more I put into making the priority like the Bible or my business, the Lord, like right now, I don't feel good. I feel like crap. I feel like I'm coming down with something and I really just want to lay on the couch and go to bed. But I'm doing this because I said, nope, Saturday I'm making a video to send to my team. Okay. Um, Let's see. Jill's growth call. Listen to them Tuesday morning while you get ready. Okay. If you can't make them live. Monday night calls. My Monday night calls. Okay. I will be posting on Mondays. They're going to be short. They're going to be sweet. I promise. They're going to be shorter than this one. And there's going to be a challenge for the week, which I love. Y'all, I love a challenge. Okay. Okay. So the last thing that we're going to talk about, for the new things is what Plexus is doing in January, and there's a lot, okay? So convention contest has officially started January 1st, which is new. They never do contest like back to back to back. Normally it's like the contest starts in like I want to say last year it was like April, May, I don't know, something like that. I can't remember. Um, but It's already started. Um, Shopping spree is back on, and who doesn't love a shopping spree? So if you have not been here when people have done like a shopping spree, okay? I was living through Haley. I was watching her. I was not with Plexus whenever she got the last shopping spree, and I'm like, I want that. I want the shopping spree. So pretty much what it is, and they didn't say Bloomingdale's, but I'm assuming it's Bloomingdale's because that's what it's been in the past. But they rent out, so let's just say it's Bloomingdale's. They literally rent out the entire store of Bloomingdale's. Okay. They hand you a card. Normally, it's a $2,000 shopping spree. And so it's $2,000 on the card. And then you just go at it. There's a waffle little setup here, a coffee bar, some champagne right there, a photo booth, literally everywhere. Because here's the thing, y'all. Plexus doesn't do anything small. They love on you. They want to celebrate you. This is your time to just feel loved. Okay, I don't know about you, but I want that. I want a shopping spree. Hello. Like, who doesn't? What's different is this year, well, I'll get to that in a second, but there's different tiers that you can do with the shopping spree. So like the first one is like a $50 shopping spree. The next one is and I think the $50 shopping spree is like actually in the Plexus store. And then the next one is like okay, we'll just get into that in a second. But pretty much it's not just like a $2,000 shopping spree. Like you can earn, I think, up to $5,000. So, okay. Um, let's see. There's a lot of new stuff. Okay. Convention. Make it a priority to be there. It's in Ohio this year. I have it on my calendar already. I've already told Cody I'm going. You need to get like I'm already setting up childcare. I'm already telling him like, okay, she's gonna have swim lessons. Like you need to do this. Da, 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 da. We planned our 10-year anniversary around convention. Okay, if you're new here and you're like, what is convention? Why do I need to go? Um, if you want to grow your business, convention, you have to like you don't have to go. You need to be there. You need to show up and be there. Okay. Um, it is the biggest learning. It's like the Super Bowl for Plexus. So it is you learn, you train, they have parties, they love on you, they celebrate you, y'all. It is the coolest thing in the world. It was my first Plexus like experience was convention. And after that, I was like, I need Cody to feel this energy because just the way that they love on you and like they see you not based on your rank, but like as a human is insane. And I was like, Cody needs to experience what Plexus does and how big they do it so that he can be like fully on board with Plexus as well. So it's hard to explain convention if you haven't been, but I'm just going to tell you, be there. It's only, I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's only 3 days. Last year it was during the week. This year it's on the weekends. So I will get those dates to you whenever I know it. But make sure you'll be there. You will be there. Okay, Super Saturday is next Saturday, January the 10th. There's a new product launching. You also need to register for Super Saturday. I know Megan has already registered. Go Megan. Shout outs. When you register, okay, you need to register before. It's only $20, y'all. And then you can watch the recording if you can't make it live. But that's so Super Saturday is like our mini convention, okay? There's a new bonus program, a new point projection sheet, the convention contest. I've already said that. New VIPs. So if you have somebody that is ordering new in January, which we want, when they order, they get free shipping in their first month, their second month, and their third month. Y'all, that's 10, 20, $30 savings right there. Um, VIPs who enrolled in December and in January get three $10 codes to share with their networks. That is huge. So you need to follow up. We'll talk about that in just a second. Um, Subscription orders. So every 100 PV subscription in January gets a $10 credit to your order. So that's $10 off to use for the next month. This will help with retention support and to keep up with new VIPs. So follow up with them. We'll talk about that in just a second. Okay. Another thing is there was an update to points in the rank report in your virtual office. So go in your back office if you don't know how to do that. Get with me and I will help you. There will be trainings to help us around that, which I am very thankful for. But this will help you set goals, and Jill said to do like a 3 month trend based on your points, like where you're going to be 3 months from now, what you need to do, how many points you need, which I love as a goal-oriented person. It will tell you exactly where your business is sitting as of today. There's a new dashboard. 2026 is the goal to help everybody develop leadership skills. So there's a development bonus in January through March, so January, February, and March. The goal is to teach duplication. Okay, so that's probably going to be heavy on our challenges. New dashboard. January will be different. Lots of talk about developing silvers and senior silvers. So developing a silver is just three customers with 100 PV. Developing senior silver is eight, I think, eight or nine. Um, Convention contest. Okay. Convention contest is January 1st through April 30th. Shopping spree is the highest contest credit. So 1,500 credits is 50 store credit in the Plexus store. Okay. $2,000 credits, which is credits and points are different. Okay. Credits are mainly for contests, points are for your rank. So 2,000 credits gets you $250 travel cash. So that could be like your airplane ticket or your gas, whatever. They literally just send you $250. You can use it however you want to do it. 2,500 credits is a black and white soiree. And I had to look that up to see what it was, but it is like a formal party, which is so fun. I went to the gold party last year and it was, y'all, food everywhere, champagne everywhere, wine everywhere. So flipping cool. Um, 4,500 credits. That may sound like a lot, but y'all, if you're duplicating and you're getting senior or silvers and silvers and silvers and senior silvers, blah, 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 it is possible. And we're in a rebuilding season together. So when you get 4,500 credits, you get a $500 shopping spree. Okay. The next tier, 6,000 credits is a $1,000 shopping spree, and then a $1,500 shopping spree, and then a $2,000 shopping spree, and then $5,000 shopping spree. Let's all try to get the shopping spree because how fun would it be for all of us to go shopping? Okay. You can get this by doing enrollment credits. You get credits for levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so y'all are well, okay, you know if you're my level 1 or level 2s. Level 2s means you have somebody underneath you that's selling. Okay, now level 3s are somebody underneath them, and then so on. Retention credits, that's why it's so important to set people up on subscription so that they reorder every month because you also get credits for when people reorder. Rank advancements and re-rank. So if you are silver or senior silver, if you're senior silver and you re-rank senior silver next month, you get credits for the convention contest. If you rank up, you get convention credits, okay? If you reach icon, which if you don't know what icon is, that's another conversation that we need to have, but if you have icon, reach icon, you also get credits for that. So, my challenge for you today, and then I'm going to wrap this up because this is way longer than I wanted it to be. So, my challenge for you today, I want you to follow up with anybody that ordered in December and January so far and tell them that they have three $10 off codes to share with their friends. This is duplication, okay? This is how you get people on your team to sell underneath you, to share underneath you, okay? So anybody that ordered in December and January, I want you to tell them, hey, you have a $10 off code that you can share with somebody else to get them to order. Okay. If you're confused by that, just message me and I can help you come up with like how to say that to somebody. Second challenge. Follow up with people who have subscription orders and tell them that they get a $10 off or $10 credit on their next purchase, which is $10 off. Okay. And then with any customer that is ordering from you but does not have their subscription turned on, tell them that if they turn their subscription on, they get the $10 off on their next order. But it has to be 100 PV and it has to be a subscription. Okay. I think that's everything that I have. That is. So I'm so sorry this video is so long. They will never be this long again. I just miss y'all and I just like to chat. I hope you have a great Saturday. Y'all message me. I thought I had something else for y'all. I do. Okay. Heart this video once you've watched it, and then comment below some weaknesses that you have in your business that you want me to talk about, whether it's training, challenges, whatever, because we all have a weakness and we all need to grow in those weaknesses to grow our business. This is a safe place. This is not a judgment zone whatsoever. 9 times out of 10, when you share something that you are weak in, somebody else is going to be like, yeah, me too. So, heart this video and then do your 2 challenges and then comment what you need, what you feel like you're weak in and that you need some extra help or support in that. Hope you have a great Saturday. Love you guys.